Now after the header component, we have to design this product carousel component. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna create one component. So let me close all the file, let me close all the stuff, and inside this source, inside this component, I'm gonna create one file that is called product carousel.jsx. okay, and I'm gonna type rnfes, so it will create one component that is called product carousel. All right, now after that, let's render this product carousel to this screen. So I'm went to the product screen, and here I have to render this product carousel like this. Okay, and now you can see that the product carousel is well visible, and here I'm going to write style is equal to styles dot container. Okay, for now, and I'm going to write here what I'm going to write flex as a 1 for now. Okay, and I'm gonna add a padding as well. The padding which I'm gonna give, that is called medium padding. So I'm gonna add a padding spacing dot medium kind of. Okay, and after that, there's one more stuff which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a background color. So background color will be colors dot background. All right, now we can see that a product carousel visible here. All right, now let's go to the product carousel component. Okay, and before that, here if you see that if you console the item, what we are getting the item. Let me console the item. So if you see here, whatever we had console, so we are getting the brand details, price, image, and here if you see that we are also having images. So let me show you all the images. Yeah, here is the key of images. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down, and if I console just item dot images, so you will find a list of images or not list of, like, array of images. Let me reload the app, and let's click on this, watch. So we are getting this a list of array of images, like array of a string URL kind of. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna inside this product carousel, I'm gonna write images, and I'm gonna pass this data item dot images like this. Inside this images key, I'm gonna pass this item dot images. Okay, item dot images like this. Okay, now inside this product carousel, I'm passing as a key as a images, and inside that I'm passing this item dot images. All right, now let's go to the product cart component, and inside that I'm gonna read this I'm gonna let's make a change let's make a one change. So inside this product detail screen, we are not going to do any changes, so we are having images. Right, now let's go to the product carousel component, and I'm gonna read these images here. So basically what we are doing here, we are passing a data from a parent to child component as a props. Okay, now if we console here images, let's console the images, and I'm gonna remove the console from product detail screen. Okay, we don't have a console. Now let me reload the app, and let me click on this product. So we are getting the images like this. Awesome. Now after that, we have to design this product details screen. Okay, so for that, what we are supposed to do, we are gonna need one product card component, like, right. So for that, here let me do one thing for now. We need product wrapper kind of. Okay, so I'm gonna inside this view, I'm gonna write style is equal to styles dot product image wrapper. Okay, and after that, here I'm gonna write image, and we have to import the image from the React native. Okay, and I'm gonna write source and URI, and after the source, and I'm gonna write URI like this, and I'm gonna make like at images.0 for now, because we are having a images array of images. For the testing purpose, I'm just rendering of a 0 index image. Okay, now let's click on this. Now you can see that there is no image has been rendered, right? So we have to apply some certain style as well. So I'm gonna write style is equal to styles dot product image. All right, so let's copy this product image wrapper. Okay, and here inside this container, I'm gonna write product image wrapper, and I'm gonna add some styling here as well. So for that, what I think we can give the styling for that. Okay, so for that, let's first of all let's style the product image so we can see the product image. Then we will give the height to the parent as well. So I'm gonna write height as a 350 for now, okay, and width as a 350 as well, okay, and resize mode as a cover, okay, like this. And after that I'm gonna give the border radius as well. Not sure it's gonna worth it, but yeah, border radius is is 10 for now, okay. Now you can see this image is visible, and I'm gonna add, for to the container, like product image container, I'm gonna write some property like justify content center and align item center. So it will be align item center kind of, and width will be what? Width will be screen width. So I'm gonna create one variable for now, const screen width. Okay, so I'm gonna add one property called const screen width like this, and dimension dot get window, my bad, get window, okay, dimension dot get window. So it will return that, it will return what? It will not return, but if we add width, so it will return the screen width like this, okay. So we get the screen width, okay. So I'm gonna copy this screen width and I'm gonna add this width as a screen width, okay. So this product image wrapper, a container, will be having this kind of width. So whatever the parent width is there, so it's gonna apply to the as well, okay. Now after this I'm gonna add a padding as well. So let's add a padding top. The padding top will be what? Spacing dot small. So I'm gonna give some padding from the top, spacing dot small, okay. Now so far we had designed this product image. Now what we need to loop this item, right? So how we can do that? For that I'm gonna cut this view and I'm gonna use a flat list here, and here I'm gonna pass the data. What do you call data will be images, okay. And after that we have a next property, render item, okay, and here we have to render our component like this, okay. And I'm gonna return one component code like this, okay. And inside the render item we are getting this item, okay. Now if you see that we are getting the item like almost 4 watch for now, because this is the static. So I'll get the item, and here I'm gonna render the item at the place of images. Now if you see that we are getting almost 1 2 3 4 5 images, but they are in a horizontal direction, in a vertical direction, but we want in a horizontal. So first of all I'm gonna make this horizontal as a true, okay. And after that what else we need, if you see that it is taking the whole width, okay. And if you see that we are able to scroll 50%, okay, but we want whenever we scroll, it's gonna scroll to the next item. So for that I'm gonna add one property that is called paging enabled as a true, okay. So if you scroll to the next component, it went to the next component, like like this. Let me reload the app quickly and let me show you. So let's click on this and it should went to the next screen, like next item. It doesn't stop on the first item like this. If you swipe, it went to the just next, it went to the just next item, okay. Now after that paging enable, we have to do some certain stuff, okay. And if you see that we are able to see this show horizontal indicator, so I'm gonna remove this show horizontal scroll indicator as a false. I'm gonna make this as a false, okay. Now if you see that let's make it false and let's see that. So oh my bad, it should be so horizontal scroll indicator. I was making it vertical. Now if you see that it is taking the full screen and height and width, because the mistake is that we had done, because inside this flex inside this container we are applying a flex 1 and we have to remove this line of code. Now you can see that it went to the top, okay. A lot of people do this mistake, included with me. Okay, now after that you have to write another property that is called snap to alignment, and I'm gonna add a center. So whenever we went to the next item, it went to the center. Okay, so initially we can see that whenever we are scrolling, okay, let me remove this console. Now let's click on this item. Okay, so you can see that the next item coming into the center, initially it was not coming into the center. Okay, whenever we snap to the next item, the next item come into the center just because of this property, snap to the alignment. Okay, and after that I'm gonna add snap to interval. Okay, so how much time it's gonna took to the next interval. So I'm gonna add this screen width, so it's gonna took this time. Okay, and if I'm gonna make the like into 10, and let's see if you see that okay, let's go back, let's click on this. You can see that it's doing too quick, right? So I'm gonna make this snap to interval will be like it should be just screen width, nothing else. Okay, now if you see that, if we are able to scroll to the how quick and how good is it. All right, and after that I'm gonna add another property that is called declaration rate as a fast. Okay, all right, now if you see on this Figma, we need a pagination kind of stuff as well. Okay, so for that let's design that as well. Okay, so how we can design that? After this flat list, I'm gonna inside this flat list I'm gonna add one fragment like this, and after that I'm gonna create one view. Okay, and I'm gonna add like style is equal to styles dot pagination. Okay, and here what I'm supposed to do, guys, and here I'm gonna write one view like this. My bad. After this pagination view, inside this I'm gonna add a view like this. Okay, self-closing view, and here I'm gonna write this style. Okay, the styling will be much more simpler if you guys know. So the first style I'm gonna write is styles dot. Okay, and another thing is that let's add the dot styling here as well, and pagination styling as well. So let's add that. So for that I'm gonna add it here. So it's my bad. Let me close this. Okay, now here I'm gonna add a pagination like this, and here if you see that what we have to do, we gonna write this code later. Okay, but before that let me add a dot code here. The dot code will be like height will be almost 10, and height width will be also 10. Okay, and after that I'm gonna write border radius will be 5. Okay, and margin horizontal will be what? Margin horizontal will be spacing dot extra small. Okay, now we can see that we are able to get the dot, right? But it's still not visible, right? Why it's not visible? That's weird. Okay, so let's do one thing for now, because it is not visible to you guys, right? So I'm gonna use why it's not visible. Okay, so okay, because we had not applied any certain color, so for this view we had just apply height is a 10, width is a 10, border radius 5, margin horizontal, but we had not apply any color. That's why it is not visible, right? So let's do one thing, guys. For now we gonna add the color as well. Okay, so for that I'm gonna go to this view. Okay, and here after this styles are dot, and for that I'm gonna first of all add one color quickly, the background color. My bad. Background color, the color will be what? Colors dot gray. Okay, by default the color which we are able to see, that is called gray color. Okay, now as you can see that here as well, the gray color here, right? Okay, so I'm gonna make this stuff in the center. For that I'm gonna write justify content center. Okay, once we make justify content center, it doesn't reflect anything. All right, so I'm gonna write before that flex direction as a row. Okay, and after that it went to the center, right? And after that I'm gonna write margin vertical. So margin vertical from the top will be, and the bottom is spacing dot medium kind of. Okay, spacing dot medium like this. Okay, so we had applied the margin top. Okay, but if you guys see on the Figma, if we gonna need a 3 item, if there is a 3 images, so it should be 3 images, 3 dot. For that, what I'm gonna do, after this, pagination, inside this dot, I'm gonna write like this: images dot map kind of. I'm gonna use this map function, and inside this map, let's write the code for that. Okay, so what I'm thinking, guys, right now, I'm gonna write item dot map, and here we get the item, right? We get the item, and after that we get the index as well, like this. And here I'm gonna render just style dot, nothing else, right? So if we have a 5 images, so it will render the 5 dot. If you have just 2 images, so it will render just 2 dots. So if I go back and render this image, so still we are having 5 images, so it will showing to the 5 dot, right? Now after that, if we have to do one thing. So if index, okay, if index is equal to active slide. Okay, so before after that, what else we gonna do? We gonna see that which slide is active right now, like on which slide we are. So for that we have to create one variable that is called active slide. Okay, so for here, like I'm gonna write const active slide. Okay, and active set active slide, set active slide. Okay, and use state, and by default it's gonna be on 0. Okay, by default it's gonna be on 0. So the first 0 index will be active slide. The 0 index will be active, right? My bad. Okay, now after that, here we have to check that. Here what we have to check that, here basically we have to check that if the active slide, if the user is on the active slide like this, if index is equal to active slide, so we have to add some certain styling as well. So the certain styling will be width as a 20. So we're gonna increase the width, and a border radius, the border radius will become 32. Okay, the border radius will become 32. Okay, so if we are in the active slide, so this is the condition is applying, right? And after that we're gonna have another bracket, and here I'm gonna write background color. If it's active, if index, okay, if index is active, active slide. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to do one stuff that is called colors dot if index is equal to active slide, then we have to write colors dot primary. My bad, it should be, if it's active, then it should be colors dot purple, otherwise colors dot gray like this. Okay, so if we click on this, so you can see that this is active, so it is showing the purple color. Now if I make this active slide as a second index, so you can see that this item get this item get this dot get highlighted kind of. Okay, so whenever user drag and drop to the next item, we have to update this active slide value. All right, so how we can update that as well? So for that I'm gonna add one property that is called inside this FlatList. FlatList, I'm gonna add one property that is called on viewable item changed. Okay, on viewable item changed, I'm gonna call one, I'm gonna update the value. Okay, I'm gonna update the value of on viewable. So for that I'm gonna create one hook. Okay, I'm gonna use one hook on view ref. Okay, and I'm gonna use one hook that is called on use ref. Okay, and here I'm gonna write viewable viewable item like this items, and here I'm gonna write a certain code. Okay, before that let me copy on view ref, and on viewable item change we're gonna trigger this on viewable ref dot current like this. Okay, so whenever item get changed, whenever we are changing the item, we are updating this value on view ref dot current value. Now if we go to the on view ref and if we console the viewable item, let's see what we are getting. Okay, now let me load the app and let's click on this. Okay, so you can see that viewable item is, we are getting the viewable item change, and inside this changed change key we are getting an array. Okay, and inside this array we are having index is 0, is viewable true. Okay, like this. Now if we went to the next item, same things, you know, all the things like index is 0, let's go to the 1. So as you can see that the index is 1 now. Okay, and so on changing. Okay, index 2 is become. Okay, so we have to write the logic to update the active slide. Okay, so what we are going to do here, so I'm gonna write here if viewable item dot viewable item dot length. Okay, length is greater than 0. Okay, if it's greater than 0, so what I have to do, I have to update this active slide. Set active slide. Okay, my bad, set active slide will be what, viewable item. Okay, dot viewable items. Okay, and of 0 dot index, kind of like this. So if you click on this, it's nothing happening, right? So let me reload the app. Okay, and here if I show you once more, so we having a use ref hook viewable items, and we are getting viewable items dot viewable items. Okay, let's do one thing, like I think it's changed dot 0 will be there, not something else. So let me reload the app, let me see what should be applied. Okay, length is undefined. Okay, so I think it's gonna be a change instead of having a changed. Okay, because if I console here, like, you know, if I consoling here viewable items, let me console once more. Okay, now, okay, let's go back, dismiss, let's go back and let's click on this. So you can see that for the viewable item dot changed, we are getting one array, and for that array we are having a one object, index is a 0. Okay, and inside that viewable items of 0, viewable items of 0 will be there, like, you know, viewable items dot, but we are getting inside the changed, right? So maybe I'm doing some mistake, let me cross check once. So on viewable items changed. Okay, on viewable items changed, we are calling this on view ref dot current. Okay, and after that what we are doing here, we are just going it here and we are checking that if viewable items dot viewable items dot changed. Okay, let's do one thing, I got the point. So here we have to check that if viewable items dot changed dot length is greater than 0, then we have to do like this, set active slide as a viewable items dot changed. Okay, dot viewable items. Okay, viewable items dot 0 dot index. Okay, now let's see it's working or not. Let me reload the app. Okay, let's click on this, next, click on next, and it's telling that it's cannot convert undefined value to object. Okay, my bad. So I'm gonna remove this block of code for now, and here I'm gonna write if viewable items dot viewable items, okay, dot length is greater than 0. Okay, so what we are going to do, my bad, it's not it be id, it should be if blog. And here I'm gonna update that set active slide as a what, viewable items dot viewable items of 0 dot index. Okay, and my bad again, it should be like this, 0 dot index. Okay, now let's reload, let's click on this next, cannot convert undefined to object, because let me move this on the upper side, maybe that's why it's causing the error. So let me reload the app, let's close the file. Okay, let me open the, reinstall the app again. So let's wait for some seconds. Now let's click on the one product. Now let's drag and drop. Now you can see that it's working perfectly. Maybe I was doing some mistake, that's why it's causing error. And here because I was passing it in the bottom, that's why. And after that, where we have to pass key extractor like this, and it should be like this, item dot id. Okay, so let's do that as well. So here we get the item index. Okay, and here I'm gonna pass item dot, I'm gonna return the index for now. Okay, so far we had learned that how to design this product carousel in a React Native in a simple and easy manner. But if you see that it's not working, right? Why, bro? Let me reload the app, let me open the app. Whenever we go to the next, it's working, it's working, it's working, working. Alright, it's working perfectly. Okay, so far we had learned that how to design this product carousel component. Alright, now after this we gonna design this this bottom section. Let's design that as well.